Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man. Yes, this is really us. I know that you didn't hear the intro. You're lucky that you didn't hear the intro. We're working our intro to make a new one. Darren is here. I am here. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and everybody's crazy and wacky and don't know what to do and yada yada.
We got technical difficulties. Every time I think I got all the technical difficulties work out, we pop into another one. So how are you this evening, Music Man?
Short week of work.
Short week of work, huh? Short week of work. I don't know. I'm going to be working Friday and Saturday, so
I may be working on Friday. I'll see if I want to take care of a couple of things, even though we're closed, but we will do it. So we have a great guest tonight. Really exciting young lady.
We have a fantastic guest tonight, but I have some very sad news.
Uh-oh.
Bill Hale from my squadron has passed away. He's been battling cancer for a while. So I want to dedicate tonight's show to in honor of Bill.
That's great.
And
happy to do that.
Yeah, Bill was a great guy. He was a Vietnam veteran. So our hearts and our prayers go out to his family during this trying time. So, so I hate to start off like that, but I really felt it was.
So what we do to circumvent that?
What do we do?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man. Hi, I'm Norman, the Music Man, and sitting over there with the dimples is Double D, Darren Chiaffi, and our guest is waiting on board. Thanksgiving is upon us.
And you know what? Is the full moon out tonight?
I don't know. I'm here looking at you. So
no. Is it a full moon night? But you know what? We got Moonful Mama with us tonight.
Moonful Mama.
Moonful Mama.
What the heck is a Moonful Mama?
Well, you're gonna find out because our guest Melissa is the Moonful Mama, and she's gonna tell us all about being the Moonful Mama and all the
the name
that she does.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, hi everyone.
Hi, how are you this evening?
Darren. She has a smile like Britney.
Yeah, she does have a smile.
She's got a Britney smile. Look at her.
She does. She does. Hey, let me ask you a question, Norm. Did you get your Britney shirt?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
So Thank you.
Sorry, Melissa. So, Melissa, tell us what Moonful Mama is all about and how you got involved.
I love it. Oh, can I just answer your question about the moon? If it's a full moon today,
please.
Can I answer that?
Sure.
So it's not a full moon today. We have a full moon coming up. It's actually a full moon lunar eclipse coming up on November 30th. So just
So Monday we're gonna have a full moon lunar eclipse. What does that mean?
It means a lot of things. We can totally get into that tonight if you'd like.
Why don't tonight? We could go and do that.
Yes.
Actually, I can tell that Darren and I are going to have a hard time speaking this evening because you are so bubbly and out there and talkative, and we love that.
You
know what? Just keep it flowing, Melissa. So, Melissa, what is Moonful Mama?
Yeah, so I always answer this question by sharing my story and how Moonful Mama got started, like who I am, all the things. So just to put some context as to who is this Moonful Mama, who is Melissa Diacunti, and I am a clinical psychotherapist turned intuitive healer, mentor, as well as soulful business startup coach. What I do is I specialize in empowering soulful women to tap into their limitless potential, their inner magic. And the tools through my signature programs and services really equip women to create a sacred, purposeful, meaning life as well.
Were you ever an actress?
As a business. I've never been an actress.
Oh, because you should be an actress. I'm liking this.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is a soulful woman?
Yeah. So, um, I really like to think of a soulful woman as being someone, and it's really like an embodiment. It's not something that you think, it's something that you feel. So, a soulful woman, it's a great question. It's being in alignment with your worth, it's being in alignment with the divine and the magic inside of you. It's living a life of purpose and alignment and having that crystal seated clarity of what it is that you're meant to do in your life and in this life.
Well, doesn't that pertain to men and women?
Absolutely.
So, but
Absolutely.
you don't have male clients though, right?
I don't know, but I can hook you up with some amazing men that do similar work.
Well, I got one who's my partner now.
There you go. There you
Actually,
go.
one of his clients told me today that one of the reasons why Darren is his consultant is because he's like his therapist, and this was a true story, and Darren knows exactly who I'm talking about.
You know exactly who you're talking about. I was actually with him today. Yes,
Yes.
he walks in and he doesn't want to talk about numbers. He wants to just
Nothing.
and go
Yeah.
through.
He wants therapy.
He wants therapy.
And you know what it is? It's like we are all so created for connection. So that's like, I so get it, like why he operates that way. And you know, that's just part of the human experiencing condition, right? Like we are created for connection. We are created to be in connection with with other humans. And that's really one of the biggest tenets and values of everything that I do at Moonful Mama. And that's actually how this whole thing got started. So the idea.
Yes, so get
Yeah,
to.
I got you guys. Don't worry, I got you. That's actually how this whole thing got started because so in 2017, when I got pregnant with my son, I would have this recurring like vision or visualization, if you want to use that word instead, that would come to me in like my dreams or when I was meditating or even just like during waking hours even. And it was this vision of women coming together. So imagine like a big clearing in the forest, right?
Okay.
And there's this big open clearing. And in the middle of this clearing, there was like a bonfire situation. And around the bonfire, all of these women came from all of these different directions and they sat around this fire. They were all different ages, races, all the things. And it was always like a vision. Sometimes they were, you know, just talking and like sharing like intergenerational wisdom. Sometimes they were laughing, sometimes they were crying, sometimes they were singing. And I'm like, what does this mean? Like, every time it's like this feeling of deep connection, of belonging, of magic, and like this connection, this like this value of the village that has been lost, you know,
So
especially among.
it's like the village. Let's get the village to be the village.
Yes, like
I would have liked to have been there.
me too, me too. So what happened was I kept on getting this, and then I experienced what it's called a moon circle or a women's circle, and it's this gathering where women would come together once a month. They would share wisdom, they would meditate together, they would just revel in the magic of being a woman and like really feeling that soul to soul connection with other women. And it was out of this vision that Moonful Mama came to life. So that's what launched me into my purpose. It was me seeking my own village, my own circle, my own deep connection. And that's what launched my initial program.
So what did you do before you came up with me? Now I know you had a child, right?
Yeah.
But before you had your child and that, what did you do that made you say, hey, I can go out and do this?
Yes. So before I launched Moonful Mama, I was a full-time clinical social worker and psychotherapist. And after experiencing my own, after experiencing and participating in circles, in my own type of circles, whether that be on Long Island in the community to even virtually, I was like, I can so do this. I can so be a circle facilitator and start this up on Long Island and take it to the next level. And that's what I did. That is what I did. So I left my full-time psychotherapy career, and leaned right on into this higher calling. And I always say, like Moonful Mama, it's not a career, it's a calling that I'm stepping into. It's
Did you
like
copyright your name?
I did, yes.
The girl.
Yes.
You go. So Melissa, if somebody wanted to get more information about Moonful Mama and how they can get involved,
Yeah.
how would they do that?
Sure. So all they would have to do is go to Moonful Mama. So that's MOONFULMAMA.com. And I always like to say moonfulmama.com is like a sacred buffet of whatever your soul is craving. So whether that be any of our signature services or programs or all of our juicy magical freebies, yes, that's right, free 99, thank you, please. Whatever it is your soul is craving, everything can be found at moonfulmama.com for sure.
All right.
You are a powerhouse.
She's got a
I
lot
gotta
of
tell you the
energy.
truth, I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted. Oh,
But so what is your procedure? You know, you meet Mary or Susie or whatever it may be, and I guess you may meet her at a network event or a social gathering. And what do you say? Hey, hi, they say, what's your name? You say, hi, I'm the Moonful Mama. Do
yeah.
they turn around and walk away because they think you're wacky? What do you tell them?
So what I pretty much tell them is they don't walk away because they're very curious. They're like, what the heck is a Moonful Mama? So most of the ways that people find me is through social media, oftentimes, and also referrals. So women that have been part of my services or programs or events or workshops, they often refer some of their soul sisters to come on and experience the Moonful Mama themselves. But what I pretty much explain to women that connect with me is like, listen, I have really strong values of women's empowerment, of creating a sacred driven life and a business. And I think that what can happen, especially as women, is that we've been taught for a really long time that our lives, our roles that we fulfill, it's for other people, which sometimes is true for sure.
Right.
However, this life is ours, and it's time for us to create a life or even a business that is in alignment with what it is that we really want. And so what happens is there's this gap, right? Like where they are, they feel confused, they feel burnt out, they're unclear about what their purpose is,
Feel
to
trapped.
where they want to be, right?
Right.
And what I do is help close that gap for them.
Okay, so have you ever come into a situation where somebody feels this way? They feel trapped in their life, and they're very frustrated, and they don't know which way to go, and they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with someone where you figured out where they should go, and they agree with it, and that, but you couldn't get them to go?
I haven't experienced it so much with my business. I experienced that in therapy when I was a full-time psychotherapist.
Well, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking that, because this
Yeah.
is, a lot of this is, there's a lot of psychology. It
Yeah.
sounds like behind what you're doing in
Yeah.
changing mindsets and getting people to go into the right direction. And we all do that in our businesses. Where that's a big part of my business too, is changing mindset and changing the way they focus on things. As Norm alluded to before, one of my clients that he knows. That's one of the things we work on, is changing his mindset so he can become a better business owner. And because there's been times where I've worked with people and they come in and they want to do the program and they're all in, they say they're all in, but they're really not. They're not 100% vested in it. They're not 100% convinced it's going to change their life. And they have that woe is me mindset, what I call the Eeyore mindset.
Yeah.
right? So, if you're familiar with ER from Winnie the Pooh, right? Whenever you talk to ER, it's always the negative. It's never the positive, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I love this question so much. And I guess you could say few and far between, I do come across that. But the type of clients or women that I attract, like those soulmate clients, right? They really are driven and they really are ready and committed to make the changes. But are there those few and far between that aren't ready to commit, like aren't ready to dive deep and work through those limiting beliefs? Absolutely. And all I say to them is like, listen, when you're ready, I'm here. And it's this idea too that like when the student is ready, the teacher appears, So I really believe that I come across women at specific times and pivotal times in their life and in their business because it's time. It's
Question
time for
for
them.
you.
Mhm.
You were in the therapeutic psychological area for a while, and now you took that and you turned it into a business,
Mhm.
right? Versus a social service. Do you ever get flack when people say you're just talking because it's a business and you're telling me certain things and whatever? And hold that thought for a second. How many women do you have that in your business, and are they fanatics or they really need help?
They fanatics.
Are they disciples?
Yeah, no, I love this question. So I really think my approach to well-being, my approach to healing, my approach to really taking your life and business to the next level weaves the clinical with the spiritual and intuitive. It's like part of my signature fingerprint and framework. Um, and and the women that are in my programs, I mean, I serve hundreds and hundreds every single month through, I have multiple membership programs, multiple in-person and live stream events. I
Do you have
mean,
employees?
I am the only one right now,
So
but
But
it's
you
growing.
can't teach.
let's
You
let's
can't teach what you have. You can't put an ad in Indeed and say, I'm looking for me.
Oh no, I know. But I am looking in 2021, I am looking to build a team at Moonful Mama, which I'm really excited about.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. First of all, Deb and Gino says, "Go, Melissa." All right, so she's out there. We'll give a shout out to her. Um,
Mom.
what was I gonna? I was gonna ask you. Now, you and I say I'm a woman, all right, and I now am interested in your programs.
Yeah.
How do you work? Do you work one on one? Do you work in groups? Do you work how what type of programs do you have?
Great question. And I was gonna presence this, but you beat me to it. So at Moonful Mama, I have 4 different signature programs that women jump on into. The first program, which is one of our most popular ones, is our Full Moon Women's Circles. And our Full Moon Women's Circles are a monthly gathering that happens on or around the full moon every month. So we're actually gathering in person and via live stream this Sunday.
Okay.
Our Full Moon Women's Circle, and what it is a monthly gathering every month where we can be together like as a sacred sisterhood in circle. We do meditation together, we do some journaling, we do some sacred self-care practices. So it's just a beautiful time every month where we can recenter, get some relaxation in, some grounding, to kind of pave the way ahead for the month ahead. And that's offered on Long Island. My current venue space is the Nesting Place in Farmingdale.
Okay.
You serve wine?
Oh, we do not. It is
No,
a
no.
drug and alcohol free event. um,
Is it extra?
yeah, no,
Is
it's
that
an
the next
alcohol
program
no.
up?
So how big is this, like when you hold these sessions, these group sessions,
Mhm.
how big are they? How many people are actually in there?
So because of COVID in person, I have to cap it at 25 women.
Wow.
But when I didn't have to do that, I mean, we had upwards of more than 50 women signed up every
Wow.
month.
So that
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like, because does everybody get to talk? Walk me through the process. You know, I
Okay.
want to know what happens in this 50-person meeting.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes.
my name is Sandy and I want to join your group. Tell me what I need to do.
So,
So, I mean, you really have to experience it for yourself. There's words that kind of fall short, but we also offer it via live stream. So when we sell out, our overflow is often joining us via live stream, and then we have women that come check in that way from all over the world, which is really, really cool.
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And so yeah, I mean the flow of our moon circles really is just like a general introduction. We do some sacred teaching. So I'll talk about the moon, any sort of astrological guidance or cosmic support. We talk about the seasons on Earth.
Are you a Scorpio?
I am not a Scorpio. I'm a Sagittarius. So it's my season right now, and I'm here for it.
Darren and I are Scorpios.
Are you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, Scorpios, we can have a whole nother segment on those.
I
Okay?
could imagine.
May have
No,
to put an X on it.
Yeah.
Scorpio energy is amazing. I always say Scorpio season, which we just got out of, right? Scorpio season is like the story, you know, the myth story of the phoenix, like rising from the ashes, like things come crumbling down so the rebirth can happen.
Right.
That is Scorpio vibes. So I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
So does astrology have a lot to do with your teachings and your
Yes.
programs? And okay.
Yes. So in essence, my signature teaching in a lot of my programs is about astrology and the moon and the seasons on Earth, and how the different phases of the moon, the different seasons on Earth are mirrors of different energies that you can tap into throughout a month. So I teach women how to use those energies to their benefit in their personal life as well as their business, so they can be in flow and feel supported and not like pushing so hard and all of these things. So during my moon circles especially, we go through that signature framework piece, and then we do a guided meditation together. I'm also a certified yoga teacher and meditation teacher as well. So I guide them on a meditative journey. We do some journaling for processing and integration. We do some open sharing to further support.
So it's not like something you would see on TV where you got just a group of people sitting in a circle and just bitching about their husbands or their boyfriends.
No,
or,
it's
things
not
like
that at all.
It's not that at all. It's really getting more in touch with your inner self,
Yes.
right? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, and it's you know what it is too? It's like our lives are so busy that there's so much happening under the surface, and oftentimes, I mean, unless we're in like therapy or something, you know,
Mhm.
or we have other supportive outlets and avenues, like we really need a safe place to work on some heavy stuff, you know, and we need a safe place to heal and to feel supported, that we can like lean back and be like nourished, you know, by other women in our lives. So
What are some
that's
of the industries that your clients are in? Are they household women? Are they lawyers, doctors,
all of
engineers? What do they do?
everyone. I mean, I have stay-at-home mamas, I have working mamas, I have lawyers, I have teachers, I have doctors, I have nurses, I have I mean, everyone. There's no specific at all. At all. No specific you know, market that they're affiliated with or anything. We run the gamut, which is beautiful. And that's what I want. I want to cast a wide net so I can add value to as many people as possible, right? That's what it's all about.
Do you plan in your near future, being a year, 2, 3, of having different locations?
Well, maybe. Listen, I am always leaning in. I'm having that faith and that trust in the universe, following those cookie crumbs, you know. And I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't do that. So you never know. You never know. At one point, I was hosting 3 full moon circles back to back at 3 different locations. And it was like a lot just for me to be hosting, because it takes a lot of energy, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally, to be holding space for that many people back to back. So
One of the things that I do, and I don't mean to cut you off, Melissa,
yeah,
but when I'm teaching or and coaching, and I always say when it's a half day or a full day seminar type situation, it is so mentally exhausting
yeah,
to
it is.
do that. And people are always, but why? You're not talking the whole time because you got a lot of interaction going on, things like that. So, but you don't understand, you don't have a second to relax because you always have to be listening to every little thing.
Absolutely, you got to listen.
You gotta listen to what's going on. And it sounds like this is what you're doing, right? With teaching people how to do it, but also listening to their responses to it. Because it
Yes.
sounds like it's very important to understand how the person is interacting with you so you could better educate them on how they can be better.
Yeah, and that's a great point that you brought up. And there is, and this is going to lead me to the second program. I'd love to tell you about, if that's okay.
Yeah. Well,
There
before you
really,
do that,
yeah, I
if
don't know if you want to
somebody
say
wants to get in touch with you, all
yes.
right,
Yep.
if somebody wants to get in touch with you, how can they go about doing that?
Sure. All they have to do is go to moonfulmama.com. So moonfulmama.com. And you can find me on social at moonfulmama. And of course, my email's there, moonfulmama@gmail.com as well. So I'm super accessible, super accessible.
Are we taking a break, Darren?
No videos are working tonight.
Okay, so
We're going right
I
on.
want my money. I want my money back.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get you a refund. I'll get you a refund.
So you mentioned you have a number of different levels.
Yes.
So you come in at the entry level, and how long are you in there? What do you have to do to move to level 2, or is it a cost factor?
So there's no different levels at all, which is great. All of my programs you can jump on into at any time. There's no prerequisite, no previous experience needed, no previous degree needed. You come as you are, and we have your seat waiting for you. So what Darren brought up, which was really, really important, is that when you're holding space for people, or you're really being attentive to them in an intentional way, right? Which is what you do when you're working one-on-one or in a group with someone, or you're doing a seminar, all these things. But when you're in a sacred circle setting, there really is an art to circle facilitation in that type of way. So another signature program that I offer is a circle facilitator training program. So women who want to start their own circles, and it doesn't have to be moon circles about the moon or anything like that, any type of circle, whether that's an offering that they want to do in person or virtually. I created an online, go at your own pace training program. So we have women that have joined that from all over the world, which is amazing. And we also have monthly calls with other circle facilitators around the world, and people can also work with me one-on-one as their mentor in that capacity.
Question. When you just explained, Darren, correct me if I'm wrong, you are creating your competition.
I'm so happy you brought that up, Norman.
You know what?
But you are.
If
You
I
are
could-
creating your competition. Do you
I could-
have an agreement?
If I could jump in on that, right? And because of
And then
what
I'll
I do,
respond. I
right?
get this all the time.
Yeah, what I do, and you see behind me, I have all kinds of certifications. I don't even have our background up today, Norm. Shame on me. But like Profit First and Pumpkin Plan and that, they've created a program just like you, so we can go out and teach these things.
Yep.
And it's a network. And even though I'm in this group with these other people that I look and go, wait a second, I'm competing with them for business, we don't look at it that way.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And I think that's what you're trying to create, Melissa, is don't look at it like you're creating competition between, you're creating a network of support in order to further your mission.
Exactly. Bingo. But I know, but listen, Norman, what you brought up, that is a very common
That's
pattern.
right. I was just gonna say, I don't agree
Yeah.
with that. I think you're a young woman. You got a lot of years ahead of you. There has to be some sort of a protection for yourself in there.
Well, I would love to respond because I think you brought up a really great point, and I have heard that. People have said that to me before. And what comes to the surface, right? What's underneath that? Like, let's unpack that for a second, because the programs that Darren mentioned and like my circle training program, you're starting to see these more and more often. And I think there's this older belief that there's not enough thrones, right? There's only a certain number of seats, right? That we can fulfill in our market. And I think that's an older paradigm way of looking at business.
Are you saying I'm too old?
Yes,
No,
that's exactly
I'm
what you're
saying that
saying.
belief is
You
that
might
belief
not be
is
saying it.
old
I'm
school.
saying it. I'm saying it, Norm. You're too old.
No, but listen, that's been, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. That's what I was taught for a very long time in entrepreneurship, that there's like this, it's like this scarcity mindset that there's only so many, and why would you create competition?
The only difference that you have
More than
between the
enough. There's more, listen, there's more than enough thrones for all of us to sit on. And what was happening with me, what was my marker, was I was selling 3 back-to-back moon circles a month. There are way too many women on Long Island that need this support and need this help, not just on Long Island, but worldwide. And who am I to like not share the sacred technologies and tools so circles can be everywhere?
And Norm, hear me out on this.
You know?
Melissa, once somebody takes your training course, right, to be a facilitator,
Yeah.
do you offer a continuing support program
Yes.
so they can continue to be sharp with their facilitations and stuff?
Yes.
Thus generating revenue for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's by creating this facilitated network, Norm, she's creating residual revenue for herself because they're going to stay in the program month to month in order to be able to go out and facilitate.
The key thing that she has,
It can be
which the key thing that she has that no one else will be able to touch, is her personality.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because you can train these people all you want, and you can educate them, and they can know your book or whatever it is inside and out, but they can't be you.
Right.
Now, there are a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot anymore, but there are a few people that are still out doing concerts. They can't be me, and I can't be them. So what I'm selling along with Friend Entertainment is me. Because if you want me, it comes along with Friend Entertainment and vice versa. And that's what you're selling.
Right.
You're selling you. You are the product.
Yeah, but I think Darren brought up a good point too. And also, anyone who takes my circle training program, they can become an affiliate. So they can get an affiliate-based commission. So
You know anybody else that's doing affiliate program?
Sure. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Norm can become your best salesperson, Melissa.
I love it.
I'm telling you, he's.
Wait till you get the phone call from me when the program is over on Friday or the weekend.
He's gonna start this. Don't answer the phone after the show. Don't answer the phone.
No, if I were you, I think I would answer the phone on this one.
I love it. I love it. No, but it's, you know what it is? It's just, there's such a big need for it now more than ever before.
Mhm.
And I know I'm part of the puzzle with that. I 100% know that. And I've seen the ripple effect through my graduates and alumni of the program. It's a ripple effect. It carries out. And now I'm seeing them running their own circles, and it's changing other people's lives. And it's like, it's a triple win with a triple bottom line. Like that's what it's all about.
Well, not only that, it creates, as it grows and people go, oh, you're a Moonful Mama affiliate. It's
No,
like,
I'm the Moonful Mama.
Well, no, she's the Moonful Mama, but say, she starts creating this affiliate program. Number one, her program gets a lot more credibility. Not only that, her affiliates become very credible as soon as they say, same thing. I go in and I'm a Profit First affiliate. I'm a Pumpkin Plan affiliate. And
You're a pumpkin
immediately,
head.
I'm a pumpkin head. We know that. Immediately that gives a level of confidence to the people I'm talking to.
Exactly.
And I'm actually getting phone calls because I'm affiliated with those things.
Correct.
People saying, I know you're an affiliate of Profit First. I want to work with you.
Yeah.
And they don't even know me yet.
Yeah.
So being an affiliate can be very advantageous. Not only that, it creates a residual revenue for Melissa.
Correct. Yep.
So
I still show up the same amount of times every month. It's a very, like you said, a very advantageous strategy for sure. For sure.
It's funny. We have John from Hazlitt.
What are you reading?
I'm reading John from Hazlitt, and he's crowing about the fact that I had a good point, but and Norm, you're ancient. You're not old. So I wanted to point that out. Okay. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Melissa, that the mindset now, and Norm, it's a completely different mindset. Because when I first got into business, it was, you didn't tell your competitors what you were charging or what you were working on or who your clients were. You didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
Now it's, I got all of these different people that do the same thing I do. I'm calling them up and I'm talking, well, what are you charging for this? And I got this situation. How would you handle it? And, we're sharing information back and forth. And it's just an amazing difference in the way that people do business now. It really is.
It's this more collaborative, not hierarchical, competitive type of energy. It's this, and it wasn't like that. Even just a few years ago, it wasn't like that. So I'm just trying to lean in, seeing what's in alignment with me and my values. And definitely my circle training program is definitely one of those.
Okay. So now you got these programs. How long did it take you to really develop the programs?
So the first program that I ever did was the Moon Circles, because that was just like kind of an in-person monthly event. The second program I launched, which I didn't mention yet, is my Moonful membership program. Okay. So that's not necessarily for sacred leaders and facilitators. That's just for women who really want to dive deeper into all the things that we do in terms of moon circles and spirituality and personal development and sacred living. So I offer my membership program to support that need. So I launched Moonful membership shortly after that. Moonful Mama, my birth date of Moonful Mama is only September 1st of 2019. It is a new business. Yeah.
So you've gone through a year, a little over a year. Congratulations.
Yes.
Most businesses don't make the first 5 years. A lot of businesses don't even make the first year. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yes. So Melissa, I have a question for you.
Well, wait, September 1st. What is Moonful Mama then? What's under what sign?
Oh, Virgo.
Virgo. So Moonful Mama is a Virgo. Well, you're Sagittarius, right? We're Scorpios. So there you go.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a women's organization out here in Suffolk County called Sweebeck?
Yes, you told me about them.
Did you ever get in touch with them?
I did. Yes, I follow them. I connect with them, all the things.
Did you take a speaking assignment from them? Because they have sponsorship.
No, I did not.
So
but I'm going to have to explore that.
Yes, you do. So now they don't meet personally, but they still do sponsorships over Zoom. Okay. So cool. That would be a great source for you to, build that circle.
And Melissa, as disturbing as this sounds, he goes to those meetings.
Hey,
I'm one of 2 or 3 guys that show up there.
That's great. That's great. That's awesome.
But like I said before, he can become your agent and he can book you everything, and
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's been really fun. This over the last 2 months, I was on News 12 for the first time. I was on PBS for the first time. So super fun.
You know who we have to introduce her to?
So she was building up. She was on News 12. She was on
sorry.
CBS, and now she's on
got
the Big
excited.
Power Hour. There you go.
The young lady that built the fitness center. What was her name? She's been on 2, 3 times on the show.
Yeah, the health. I don't remember off the top of my head. You can't
Nush,
quiz me like
Nush. She has some crazy name like you.
No, she didn't have a crazy name.
No, she does.
Doesn't have a crazy
Business
It
name
is
like your
crazy. It's okay.
your
You can say,
Moonful Mama.
name. Right.
It's it's a brand.
yeah.
Oh,
It's-
Mishnish or something like that.
Mishnish.
Mishnish, yeah.
I gotta
I'll
look
have
it
to look her up.
Yeah, Mishnish.
You gotta
I'll have
speak to her.
She's
She's
all
doing
about
what-
diet and health.
Right.
and-
She does
Yeah.
hers that way, and you're doing the other side. You two guys should definitely hook up,
I will
create a
find her.
relationship.
Sure. I-
Mishnish. Yeah, Norm will pull the information. I'm
I
sure.
will get it for you.
Cool. Thanks.
You know,
Love connecting. That works. That works. I love
That's
it.
what networking and such is all about.
it really is. So you gave us 3 of the 4 programs so far.
Yeah. And the last program is called Red Thread Ceremonies.
Okay.
What Red Thread Ceremonies are specifically crafted ceremonial gatherings for
Mm.
women at major transition points in our lives. So that means girls when they go into their teenage years and they get their period for their first time, to women becoming mothers, and even to women going into menopause.
So
we
it's you kind of cover that whole thing of the major changes in the life cycles to say the least.
yes.
Does it also cover things like tragedies and divorce and
Yes.
because that's all from a mental standpoint, those are all very beat down type of things.
Yeah, and it's and yeah, even events such as like death or divorce or moving,
Right.
like graduating. I mean, we get caught up in like so much, like I said, of the hustle and bustle, and rarely do we create time for that sacred pause to integrate and process this major change. And what better way to do that in a safe, sacred, and nourishing setting? So what's been really cool is pre-COVID, I was doing these mother blessing ceremonies. So for women who are just becoming mothers.
Right.
And what's been really, really great is that we've shifted to a virtual platform, because a lot of women, they couldn't do baby showers.
Right.
So I had all of these referrals during the lockdown where we had like more than 50 women on a Zoom call like this, right? And we're doing this beautiful virtual gathering for the mother to be. And we had like a great great grandma that was like almost 100 years old to like a little niece that was like 8 years old. Like, it's just, once again, it comes back to that vision of that village, of that community, of that connection.
It's really helping everybody deal with all kinds of things in life, like illnesses and that. Speaking of which, tomorrow will be the 1-year anniversary that John from Hazlitt had his heart attack and then subsequently
It's
had
a year?
a quintuple bypass. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a year. So we're thankful John's still with us. He is one does not take care of himself physically, spiritually. He's a little.
How many bags of potato chips is he down to?
You know what? I don't know, but if you remember, we had him on the show, and it doesn't look like he lost a lot of weight.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's beside the. But what I'm getting at, Melissa, is that you like when people go through traumatic things like that, because that was very traumatic for him.
Yeah.
When they go through traumatic things like that, your programs can actually help them get through it and actually come out of it better than they went in.
Yeah, and it's really creating and this is in all of my programs, not just the ceremonies one, but it's invoking and creating meaning, like deep meaning around what it is that's going on, whether that be peaks in our lives or valleys in our lives. Like, how do we create meaning around it? How do we find the secret? How do we find the wisdom and the lesson in
On
that?
purpose.
And that's what we do, you know?
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. It sounds like it's a great program. I'm kind of disappointed that it's only for women.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was gonna say that.
You know,
listen, you let me know. I have a handful of men on the island that are doing this work. And
okay.
it's
Are they
intense
affiliates?
work. If you're ready for it, if you're ready to unpack some stuff, I can hook you up with some amazing teachers and healers. For
Because
sure.
it sounds like I'm always looking at different programs and how to figure out a better way to do things. And it sounds like what you're doing, is it's a different way to really dig into what's going on inside and what's happening inside.
Yeah.
Which makes it very interesting.
Yeah, and I always offer if women are a part of any of my programs and they want that deeper level of mentorship, of support, I do offer one-on-one work as well.
Okay.
So we can really dive deep if they feel like they need that one-to-one accountability and support. We totally, do that as well.
So you will do one-on-one, and when you're doing the one-on-one, do you really like dig into their astrology and all
If
of
it,
that
it
stuff?
depends. It really depends. It's a great question because I have some women that come into my programs and they really are just like business oriented. They just want my mentorship around soulful branding and marketing and like strategy. So when I work one-on-one, sometimes it's more like business stuff. But then I kind of cover the gamut on the woo-ometer, as I call it. So some people, it depends on where you're at with the woo-woo, right? So like, and then some women, they really want to dive deep into the spirituality aspect. Yes, absolutely. Some women are like, hey, what does my birth chart say? What does my natal chart say? What does the moon, all, blah, 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 all this stuff? How can I heal this? How can I work through this? What's the deeper meaning to this? So it really runs the gamut. It really, really does.
It
But
really,
yes,
really depends on, and I'm sure sometimes it depends on the mood of the person when they walk in the door.
sure.
Like
Absolutely.
like Norm alluded to before.
Yeah.
My client walked through the door today. He didn't want to talk about his numbers. He just wanted, I
But he
need
never
to
does.
vent. I just need to vent. Well, there's times where I can tell just by the way he is. I'll say, no, we're going to focus
I
on the.
said to him yesterday, I said, did you sleep last night? He goes, why? I said, your eyes are completely bloodshot. He went home, came in today. He was in good shape. Now you have events coming up, Melissa, right?
Yeah. I mean, on the regular, remember every single month, right? On or around the full moon, I have my full moon women's circle. We have our full moon women's circle coming up on Sunday. We're almost sold out, like really close to selling out again.
How many is
So,
that?
uh, I mean, I think we have almost 25 seats filled.
Well,
Yeah, every month. That's our thing.
Now,
um,
are the current restrictions that the governor is now handing down, is that going to hinder your events?
well, I mean, in terms of meeting in person, yes, but we would just do what we did when the initial lockdown happened. We'll just go to a virtual platform and gather virtually. Like we're real. That's the beauty of the programs and the systems that I created is we're really flexible in terms of transitioning. If we have to go to a virtual platform temporarily, we can get down with that. We could totally do that. It's totally fine.
So you're actually pivoting as you need to in
Absolutely.
order to still be able to deliver the goods.
Yes.
That's
And
what you're doing.
even during COVID, my my revenue and my enrollment and engagement tripled. So I know that I'm pivoting in the right direction if that's
Well,
happening.
what we're seeing is, and even on my side, is those business owners that are looking for that, I don't want to say mental, but yeah, spiritual and mental support that they aren't getting elsewhere. We're attracting those
Yeah.
type of clients also, and
how
they
many
just
times?
need somebody to lean on.
Yeah.
Sorry. how many times do these women walk into you that are business people and they only want to talk about business, but eh, all of a sudden they get this, maybe I should talk about what's bothering me and I have to deal with, because the world is not just business. There's life there. And they kind of like use that as a lead and a segue into getting into your other levels. Does that ever happen?
Sure, it happens, or like a friend like drags them to one of these circles because they didn't want to go alone, and then they end up hooked and like in all my programs. So absolutely, absolutely. I think listen, I really believe and I have the faith that this there's this inner wise person within all of us that guides us along our life's journey and really helps nudge us and guide us in the right direction, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. I really think that wise person inside of us knows. I really believe that.
Somewhere deep down, right? Is that, Melissa? The hour is just about up.
I know.
Believe it or not, it
What?
just flies by.
It
So
does.
Did you
again,
leave anything out?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But if you're ready to create a sacred driven life or business, like let's connect, let's connect on social, send me a DM, let's chat and do all the
and
things.
how can they do that? How can they connect with you?
Yes.
How do they reach out?
So definitely go to moonfulmama.com, get on my weekly Moonful newsletter. If you want some amazing inspiration for your week, I send out my emails every Monday or every moon day. By the way, that's where the word Monday came from, because Monday is known to be ruled by the moon. So
Okay.
I send my moon. Yeah. And the same thing with the word month. Did you know that? It actually comes from the word moon.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
can understand now because it's every 30 days that the moon gets full, right? Thereabouts, give or take.
That's a full lunar cycle is 1 month. So the word month comes from the word moon, believe it or not.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so definitely go to moonfulmama.com, get on my weekly Moonful newsletter list. If you're not on it already, what are you waiting for? You get a snapshot of what's going on at Moonful Mama for the week, some inspiration, sacred self-care, all the things. You can add me on Facebook. Instagram is where I hang out most of the time. So definitely add me at Moonful Mama. And of course, if you want to shoot me an email, moonfulmama@gmail.com is where you can do that.
All right. Excellent. Thank you, Melissa. Really appreciate it.
Thanks,
And,
guys. So
and,
great to be on here.
and I just want to say
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. All the best.
Yes, you all as
before we do
well.
that, John asked and see, obviously John is not paying attention to the show because he asked, is it available for fat, married, poor guys with kids?
I
So-
have plenty of circles
So-
that you can dive into that are run by men.
That's it. So, John, if you were paying attention, she said she's got plenty of men that actually do this.
Send me an email. We'll connect.
Out of curiosity, what does your husband do?
My husband is a mechanical engineer. Yes. He's like hands dirty, all the things. So I bring the spiritual into our partnership and into our marriage. And he's
very systematic. He's very matter of fact.
Grounded one. I'm the one up in the sky floating up here.
There you go.
So we balance.
And he levels you off a little.
All right, Melissa, stick
Thank
around. We're gonna Norm and I are gonna wrap up. We really appreciate you being on the show. What a great job today.
Thanks, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Great show.
All right. She was great. She was fantastic. Absolutely great, my friend.
She was really, whoa.
Yeah.
I found, and it's Melissa Blum.
Melissa Blum. That's it. Melissa Blum from Mishnish.
Right.
No,
So
Michelle Blum, isn't it?
I will hook them up.
Is it Melissa or Michelle?
Miss Melissa.
Melissa Blum from Mishnish. Okay, yeah, we'll hook
Oh, it is Michelle. It is Michelle.
Okay. Yeah,
Michelle Blum. Mhm.
All right. Anyway.
So how many people are you having dinner with tomorrow?
Not many. Not many. We're keeping it small. It's
You're going into that private dining room area that you just built?
Yeah, the private I just built. Oh
doing with the rest of the house? You said you
Yeah.
wanted to redo it.
Well, it's,
It's a
we got
perfect time. It's the holidays,
the holidays,
got
not
servants.
doing nothing. So, we got, 3 of the bathrooms aren't working. So
Oh, that's a shame. You only got 6 others. So
I only got, you're right, 7. You forgot. We put a new one in there on that
oh, I
COVID.
wasn't aware of that one. You didn't tell me.
So-
But anyway, we hope that everybody has a very safe
Yes.
and happy Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Be smart. I know it's really, really tough. I'm not going to have a chance to be with my kids or grandkids
Yeah.
tomorrow. And this is the first time in all the years. So
Right.
we haven't been together. So
Listen, you know what it comes down to? It's not a matter of the number of people in the room. It's a matter of being smart about the way you go about it. And that's the way I look at it. Governor Cuomo wants us 10, no more than 10. Well, it doesn't matter if it's 9, 10, 11, 12. All you need is one person to have it in order to
and
spread
you're
it.
screwed. Right.
And you're screwed. So, I understand what he's trying to do, but at the same time, just be smart about what you do. And I know in Suffolk County, the sheriff already said that they're not going to enforce the 10
Yes,
person
they do.
rule. So, but be smart. Be smart about what you do. And we wish everybody a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. We will see you next week.
Next Wednesday, special guest,
Special
very
guest
special
next
guest.
Wednesday. Who's next Wednesday?
Good Times Magazine.
Good Times Magazine is going to
51
be
years.
on. Yeah.
51 years out of
51
business and back in business again.
Awesome. Excellent. We're looking forward to having them on. That should be a really cool show
Priya Conte.
because they got AC/DC on that cover, right?
Yeah, they had Robin Williams on the cover too.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving, and we will see
Bye,
you
everybody.
next
Be
week
safe.
right here on the Business Power Hour. Good night, everybody.
Music Man.
And the Music Man, right? Good night, everybody.
Good night.